Jelly beans.
Hello, wonderful ULARP watchers, and welcome back to the Super Mega Happy Fun Time. Back to Thursday and only one game this week because 2 games in 1 week nearly killed me. Stream.
Yay!
Not the cleanest
Yeah,
intro,
definitely.
but a good one. I hope everyone's well. I managed to upload lots of episodes this week. I was very proud of myself. This is what I did.
It's the way you tell them, it really is.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Lots of watching bars slowly fill up. And then I'm sure, like me, everyone watched the latest NVIDIA announcement that they've got new graphics cards coming out. And they've got the new exciting codec. So we can now, if I buy one, stream in like HD, baby, compared to this 720p. And they're considerably cheaper than I expected. So I'm hopefully going to have one of those at some point. If my
All
bank
aboard the
manager
hype
allows it.
train.
We're still working on the new campaign. It could be not that many sessions left of Curse of Strahd. And then I shall make an intro video for the next one at some point with some call to actions if people want to make some characters and do some cool stuff. I will be there. I need to write a ton of rules because I'm homebrewing a lot of it and it's just stupid and madness. But it'll be good if it works. So I'm sure it will. That's about it. Should we get going?
Yeah.
Can
Yes.
you remember
ready.
where you were? Should we go to team we've climbed a mountain and it went really well to start
We
with?
were napping on top of the mountain after we had a really nice time.
Didn't we find
Yeah.
a cave? Isn't that where we ended it?
Yeah,
We found a cave to
Hunter
go
went
sleep
off to
in.
go get some wood, and
Indeed.
Yeah.
we were taking a nap.
After killing a dragon.
A dragon and a vampire sorcerer and
Some sort of other
Shaman.
creepy dude.
well, I mean, he killed himself, but
Sounds
We
about
helped.
right. So, you find yourself at one of the highest points in Barovia. Mist at the top feels like it's almost touching you. And as you look out across Barovia, you're above some of the clouds as they go underneath you. You're on a plateau where just moments before you were fighting for your lives. If it wasn't for the companions who weren't actually with you, perhaps this fight would have turned out very differently. At the top of this mountain, you have found a large open cave. It does seem to have some remnants of furs and other things which have long but rotted away. Probably was something that could be drawn across the front entrance to keep some warmth in. That's long but been destroyed by time. As you retreat to get out of the wind, you look back to what was your battlefield. This large stone crude altar stands in the plateau. You can see score marks on the plateau now from where the dragon tore its claws to launch itself at you. Parts of the plateau are still frozen with ice as the dragon unleashed its deadly breath attack at you. But there's no remains of it, nothing left of it. Whether it was real or not, you were not sure, but it felt real. The energy that made it when you killed it dissipated into mist, and all that was left was this dagger, which who has? Red has.
what?
A dragon skull
Mm-hmm.
and the body of the shaman.
They searched.
We
thingy,
got
didn't
various
they?
things off the like the ring and so
Is there anything of
necklace?
note on the shaman?
Everything's been taken.
Cool.
Did you make a note of what you took from him?
I did not. I know we had a ring and a short sword, that was it, from
A ring
the
and a short sword, or was
vampires.
it a necklace?
There was definitely a short sword because I remember thinking that might be quite nice.
Yeah.
Was there a necklace as well?
I don't
Oh
know.
no, it was her wedding ring. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the ring and the sword.
I can't
Was that
remember if
it
was a
from her?
necklace.
And there was a
Want me to
necklace.
write it down in the party kitty?
Yes,
Yes.
please.
And
Thank you.
was that gem, was that part of the dagger still?
It's in the dagger hilt, yeah.
So the dagger blade was destroyed,
Yes.
but you still have the hilt.
Yeah.
You cracked it.
Correct.
And the sword and the necklace we thought were magical, didn't we?
You did indeed.
Yeah. But we need Elian to tell us more.
Yeah, I seem to recall a few comments about Elian being a hoarder, which I thought was very harsh. Basically, I'm just carting around all the magical crap that nobody wants to carry around with them.
As you
Well, actually,
retreat-
a lot of the magical crap we've come across has been stuff that a lot of us can't use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, you can.
What have we got then? A vampire wedding ring and a dagger.
A broken
dagger,
dagger with a gem in the hilt, a necklace, and
Short sword.
short sword.
Cool.
You make your way back into the cave. This cave has the sense, the feeling of being ancient to it. As you look on the walls, and there's some soot from fires that must have been here that doesn't seem to have been lit for years. You can see some handprints in bright paint, which has faded. Someone definitely stayed here, but not for a very long time. Hunter returns for some wood and, in quiet silence, goes about making a fire. All of you are exhausted. The battle took it out of most of you. Heavily wounded, bleeding, battered and bruised. Without much choice, sleep comes for you, unless you really try to stay awake.
Bronwyn would just set up some sort of trap outside the cave entrance before she went to sleep, just as a security measure.
Yep, and that is the point. I'm going to redo your message, Elian.
Neither of us can remember exactly what he
you
said,
have,
but
yes.
it's fine.
Yeah,
just
so,
do a fresh, as if it was fresh. Just do a new one.
Okay.
You can remember roughly what it was.
Sup?
It was something along the lines of Jakul and I are going to the north of the lake tomorrow morning to find the wizard. I probably said that. Meet us there. How is everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was much more elegant last time.
Yes. And Bronwyn's response would be, or was, something along the lines of, "We all is well here. Vampire has been slain, and we
Dragon.
have." Oh yes, no, she did mention the dragon as well, didn't she? Yeah. Vampire slayed, dragon killed. Also, we have the dragon skull. I know that's how it ended. Yeah. She sends that back as she's shoving her arrows in the ground to make the arrow cordon trap.
Cool. Constance looks exhausted beyond words. Her body pushed to the limit. Quiet nod. Once Hunter's got a fire going, so you know you're not all going to freeze, the cave does start to warm up quite quickly. Quickly unrolling a blanket and a mat to put on the floor from her backpack. Constance, you should all rest.
No argument here.
Fork Paladin drew a nod. You can see there's pain in her doing that. puts her bag down at the top, pulls the blanket over her and rests her head. You can hear the wind howling past from how high you are. Is anyone keeping watch? Are you all going to bed? What's the plan?
I think Bronwyn would go to bed. 'Cause she set
Red
that
will
trap,
probably
which would wake her up if that got sprung anyway.
Red would stay up for maybe an hour or so, just sort of like contemplating. Sort of, it's quite empty now that Carvan is not there anymore.
Yep.
She feels quite proud though of what happened and the way it happened. She'll stay up for about an hour, probably be moving that dagger hilt in her hand, looking at it, but she'll soon go to bed.
Yeah, the gem is like nothing she's seen before. There's a deepness to it, a depth. Not easily impressed by shiny things, but this is more than just a shiny thing. How long do you rest for? Are you resting all night?
Long.
Long rest?
Bronwyn will do her 4 hours and then I guess keep watch while everyone else is sleeping for a long rest.
Cool.
Yeah.
The Valaki crew.
Oh, that was a really restful, comforting day.
Yes.
I don't know about you, but I almost don't want to go to sleep.
It was a rather intense day, I think.
Did good work.
Sir
We-
Istavold makes his way through. Well, now, that was an experience.
That it was.
These people will follow you now. I hope you two know what you're doing.
We're bringing hope to this land. That's what we're doing.
Something they greatly need.
Good. I'm sure you are. Now, where do we go tomorrow?
Well, we need to go north of the lake and meet the returning party. And then we will travel to Argynvostholt.
Why? I thought you said there was nothing but death there.
Unless we have the dragon skull. The bones of Argynvost, the silver dragon.
And you're
Which-
sure this will work?
No. But that shouldn't stop us trying.
Yeah. These could be potentially great allies. And from what we saw of those who had not gone completely mad, it is the way to get them restored.
The big old paladin. Something I don't like about this whole thing.
Just the one.
For now. We'll
What
come with
troubles
you.
Are you sure?
And as he kind of says that, you see the look of Casimir as he kind of looks over. Yes, yes, I've decided we'll come with you.
It seems a little hard on Casimir to be dragging him away from the preparations for his own sister's wedding.
I think he'll enjoy the distraction. Won't you, Casimir?
Will you, Casimir?
As the Dusk Elf looks over. He brings his waxed hood down off his head since coming back inside, and a little shake. His hair down over his ears, but now you can't help but look, now that you know they've been cut at the top. Just pauses for a second. It's fine. You're the best hope I've got to save my sister.
I think that's actually true.
His eyes fix on you, Jekyll. You're the best hope I've got to save my sister.
Kind of leaning away, a nod. Yeah, I think we are.
We will do our best.
I will not let him take her.
Nor will we.
Good. Do we travel round or through the lake?
Fastest
Well-
option would be through.
I don't. I can't say I much like water. I know how to swim in theory.
Choose, I'm tired.
I believe through the water would be the best course of action.
I will see you in the morning. He starts making his way upstairs.
I will prepare any spells I can think of while I rest.
Yeah. Magics for locating things and the most powerful restorative magic you have. I think
Yes.
we'll need both those.
Yes, I have them prepared and ready. I will have them prepared and ready.
Thank you, Jakul. And thank you for today as well, for the choice you made. I think
I think it was the best choice.
we needed it.
I think the people here needed it as well.
That's what I meant by we.
Yes.
So Istobald looks over to you. He's a tall man, but not quite as big as you, Jekyll. Just make sure not to let these people down. You are the pinnacle of their hope now. And what you have seen and how they have acted, heavens forbid, if you were to fall, if he was to turn you, they would
will not
fall
happen.
so far.
That
He
will not.
won't let us down. I believe in him.
Right. Get some sleep. I think tomorrow will be a long day.
They're my favorite.
Makes his way over to the big heavy chair where you've seen him fall asleep a few times.
Right.
Rest up.
Yeah, let's get some sleep. I'll prepare my spells.
Mountain crew.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cold night. Red as you keep watch for an hour or so. There's a beauty to being up this far, to being this high. But unfortunately it's lost by the mist. If only the moon could penetrate, be able to see the valley below. But you can't. It just kind of becomes this grey-brown smudge of mist below you. After an hour you go and put your head down and rest. sleep comes quite quickly. Hunter's doing a good job of building the fire and keeping it well stacked. You're all grateful for that, because if it wasn't for this fire up here, it would be deadly cold. At some points in the night, you think you hear things coming from the mist. Moans. Deep rumbles. But always it passes. So you get... Everyone give me a constitution save. It's a fortitude kind of endurance kind of save. If anyone's got any bonuses to that, you can add it.
I'm going to re-roll mine.
That feat is amazing.
There we go, 16.
Nice, yeah.
9.
Red
Brom-
almost woke up and then rolled back over.
Bronwyn's hardy. So you can get back full health, hit points and spell points on both of you.
Nice.
Hunter is up early, as are you, Brom. You're up the first.
Yep.
Pack up camp quite quickly. Go to your horses. At first, you're going to have to start leading them down the mountain, but then you will be able to ride.
How are we going to transport this skull? That's presumably going to take up a horse.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
pretty much, yeah.
I'm fast, but I'm not horse fast. I wouldn't be able to keep. I mean, I can walk the first bit, but when we're past the mountain, I'm not going to be able to keep up on foot.
With Red being small and Hunter and you being light-ish, you two could share a horse without too
Okay.
much trouble.
That's
Mhm.
okay. She'd start off on foot anyway. I think she's still a bit rattled from the whole boulder incident yesterday, so she's going to be very cautious.
Mm. Red's going to get the book out. Get some more
Yeah.
reading in.
Nice.
I'm so close.
Oh, cheers, small hello. You start making your way down the mountain. What sort of pace are you pushing?
Probably not that fast because Red's
Yeah.
reading and we're transporting a skull and we know there
Yeah.
are traps.
You're not blitzing it.
No.
As you start making your way back, first on foot, Red, you can comfortably be led on a horse.
Yeah.
You're an expert rider. And they're sure-footed.
My horse likes me.
These large horses
For you.
used to... I do not. These large horses...
Mine hates me.
Large horses... Oh yeah, yours does not like you. It seems happier with you on it, Red. The large
I'm
horses
so away with animals.
So do
built
I,
for the
normally.
cold. They've got more in common with kind of like Shire horses than they do with riding horses, but they're not as big, but they're kind of hairy and hairy feet, but not huge.
Cute.
They're sure-footed as they start making their way down. And they're making good time. Give me a survival roll, Bronwyn, as you're leading the way. You're sure-footed, and you know. I'll give you advantage because you've been this route before.
Oh, okay. 23.
Oh, nice. Yeah. You're able to pick through the route, and in single file behind you, the other horses are basically following in the footsteps, and it's very fast going. As you make your way down the steepest part of the mountain, zigzagging down, the mountainside is still bare, but the temperature begins to rise slightly. It's no longer as blisteringly cold with the wind battering into you. You know now it would be a safer time to mount, and then you could pick the pace up slightly.
Mm-hmm.
As you do, you remember the route and start zigzagging down the mountain as it becomes more hill-like. Probably takes you about 4 or 5 hours. Still,
What? what happened to that gargoyle
As
that
you
flew off? Can we see it?
you can indeed.
Okay.
As you start making your way down, you can see them, and you would have to take a much wider off-road to get round them. But from your vantage point here, you think you can. Even at this distance, you can see these two gargoyles, perhaps 20 to 25 foot tall, looking just like perfect statues at the moment. Grimaces on their face. One, as both of them now are staring up the mountain.
Have they? The one that followed us, has it returned to?
No, it is on that side path. So with the main path going down, you can see the secret side path you took, but you're aware and you can see from this distance the gargoyle there. You're pretty sure it's not seen you yet. You would have to take a wide berth to get round.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think unless anyone else in the party strongly disagreed, that's what Bronwyn would go with. She doesn't want to try fighting that after the warning they were given by the tree.
How wide a berth do you give it?
Wide.
Safe distance.
A safe distance away.
A safe distance away, please. Yeah, it adds longer to your journey, but you go wide around it. Yeah?
Yeah.
Perfect.
The others can wait.
Yeah. We'll jump over to the others.
They'd be waiting longer if we were dead.
Again, you awake in Valaki. The smells of cooked mushrooms, mystery meat, and stale wine meets your lungs.
So good.
It's wolf. It's always wolf.
Yeah, of course it's wolf.
What else is there to eat in this place?
You can see the large frame of Sir Istevald, this very mature in life paladin. He's got his sleeves rolled up as he's cooking away. He's not put his armour on yet. And you can see the scars on his thick forearms and knuckles. He's missing the tip of one of his fingers is just sheared off from one hand. And his thumb is at a jaunty angle. And it just seems that is the way that it is. As you come down, he starts to plate up without too much longer. And it is literally exactly the same thing that he cooked last time. Just a mixture of kind of one pot fry up style paladin cooking. Everything, like the first mouthful tasted like the last mouthful, but it was reasonably nice.
You might have a second career here once this is all over. Fry cook.
He smiles and then looks to you. Yes, once all this is over.
What? We're going to win. I feel it. It's all finally starting to fall into shape.
Go call in, Casimir. I think we both know where he'll be. As he plates up and puts it down on the large table in the Blue Water Inn.
I open the outside door and stick my head out.
Tell him I've already eaten. I can't face it.
You know he won't accept that. The quicker you begin, the quicker it will be over.
If it comes from you, he will.
Oh, I really feel like it should come from you, though, Casimir.
From inside, there's no way that Jakul and you and Istevald, no chance you heard what he said. Casimir! It's your favorite.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Oh, why would you tell him? Did you just not want to hurt his feelings?
It's easier that way. Trust me.
You big softy.
Starts making his way in.
Oh,
This is why he got the positive last time.
yeah.
I
Poor
warmed
guy.
to him.
Food is plated up.
You know, ever since the pair of you got together, Casimir is really starting to come across as an actual person with actual feelings. It's quite unsettling to
I
me.
ship it.
I say that to Sir Istval in front of Casimir.
I'll just sit and grab some food, start eating. Enjoy the show.
I'm sure Red will agree with this. When a wolf loses their pact, sometimes, if they are surrounded by scorpions, they become a scorpion. And all it takes is a new wolf to let them back into their pact.
Okay, but where does the frog come in?
Frog?
Yeah, you know the old Barovian tale of the frog, the scorpion, and the wolf? It's got to do with crossing a river, and I think there are chickens and sacks of grain involved, but I might be getting confused.
I think you're missing the point.
Yes. So, it is
So?
easy to be lost. And there have been times when I was lost myself. It is not weakness. There is no shame. It is how a man picks himself up again. How he stands up with all of that weight on him. Now, enjoy.
Cheery breakfast conversation. Do we really have to take a boat?
Boat is the most efficient way of getting there. We don't
Yeah.
have horses. It'll be a long way round.
Skydancer is not a fan of water.
Skydancer has always struck me as an entity with a very sensible outlook on life.
Yes, she will not go over water. I
Well,
vote we go round.
from the description of where the person we're looking for is, it is the center of the northern side of the river, the lake. It would be a long
Yes.
journey around.
I
Yes.
can go round. I will meet you the other side. And you can go over.
I have magic that will help assist us to get across the water.
How so?
I can control its flow. I can direct us to move swiftly across the water. It will be a short journey.
I mean,
If we can
It's-
find the boats, I mean, that is the question, isn't it? If we can get enough boats for everyone to
Casimir,
get across, everyone back.
I went this morning.
Mhm.
There are fisher boats we could take.
yay!
Do you think there'd be enough to fit everyone on the way back as well? If we meet up with the others.
We'll need to go directly to Argynvost.
Yes, that would be
Traveling back to Vallaki will be a waste of time.
Yes, but it would still be the most direct route, crossing
Mm.
the lake through the center.
You might be right. Actually, we could go up the Luna River
Yes, but
and
we have the boat.
decamp at the bridge.
Perhaps we should talk with Skydancer. And hope that she will take the boat.
If Skydancer does not wish to cross, we can meet up with you and Skydancer on the return journey.
That may be a better plan.
Yes. It would also allow us to have more space in the boats for the rest of our friends.
Casimir, I will take the boat. I'll travel with them.
You're leaving Sarisval on his own. Well, and Skydancer, obviously.
And the golem.
I
There
no
we go.
longer have a mount that can keep up with.
Whose fault was that?
I mean,
I'm going to blatantly ignore that. If you leave your golem to help Sirstabal here, I don't think we'll be able to carry the golem in the boat.
I think the golem should go in the boat. Don't-
Bloop. Or you could just walk on the bottom of the water.
You've not seen the golem
Ah.
for a little
Where-
while.
where
I
is
would-
your golem, Casimir?
I once said a while ago to you, do not show your full hand if you do not.
Well played. It could be quite useful as a surprise.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah. Yay.
Right. Off we trod then.
You make your way out of the north gate of Valaki, walking through the muddy streets. There seems to be a hope. A lot of people, as you walk past Jekyll, come towards you. And before you know what's happened, sick children are brought out in mother's arms and shown to you. Saint, Holy One, please.
I will kind of like nod to them and kind of acknowledge them, but I won't approach. I'll keep plodding on. And the armor lights up with any healing spell cast on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If I cast, I've got to cast Spare the Dying on myself, a cantrip, which is class as healing, so it should start glowing.
No, not enough.
Okay.
But
Yeah, gone.
maybe you could just say a quick prayer with them. Cool.
Yes. But this is like constant as we're going, like constantly people just coming out.
Yep.
All right, I'll stop for a moment.
As you look at the child, maybe 4 or 5, a rash down the face. It looks like a rot, like not getting enough air, like that kind of a disease. You could call it that on the child, just constantly being in wet, damp conditions. Please, I know you can help.
Is it like an imminent life-threatening thing, or is it just
Probably
kind of
not. It's probably not going to be a fun life for this kid.
No. That can be dealt with later. I'll
Put this on the list of things to be dealt with later.
I'll kind of like I won't touch them, but I'll kind of stand back, like put my arms out, like bow my head, and I'll start muttering a prayer to Soon.
Casting something?
No.
A restoration would do it, you think?
Greater restoration, yeah.
Lesser restoration would do it. Lesser restoration.
Oh, would it now?
Yeah.
Would it?
Jakul, I will kind of sidle up behind Jakul and mutter very quietly, Jakul, speak up. They want to hear you.
Okay. I'll start praying soon, and I will speak loudly, saying, Soon is with us always. She looks upon your form and sees the true beauty below any scars, and may her blessings be with you. And yeah, fine, I'll cast Lesser Restoration.
Oh, you softy.
Everyone is soft tonight.
How
I'm
can
a
I make
sage
Jakul
now.
use all of his spell slots?
Bloody hell. Alright, yeah, and I will
Just-
cast Lesser Restoration on the child.
Yeah.
I'll say, may your beauty shine out in this place.
Like before your eyes, as there's a glow from your hand as you invoke the spell. You feel the energy pass through you and into the child, and you see like sort of rot on the face just melt away. It just turns into this kind of brown slime and is washed off by the light mist rain. The mother looks down and up to you. Like, can't believe her eyes. She kind of goes in to embrace your leg. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I'll kind of like take a step back. I'll kind of like put my hands on her shoulder and kind of like guide her away, not forcefully, but and I'll like continue saying a prayer to Sun.
As you've
Soon
stopped,
as
you can see
much
more
more.
crowds already beginning to sort of murmur and more people coming out.
I will loudly say, "Soon watches over us all, and her love will never disappear."
You can hear more people
now-
coming out complaining of ails and illnesses.
I must now go and do Soon's work, but I shall return soon.
Soon.
And then I will kind of like
Yeah.
bow my head
The
in prayer.
people kind of follow you, Life of Brian style, up towards the north gate.
I
You
will
probably
walk,
got 50 or 60 people following you.
I'll
They're not
walk
going to fit in the
head
boat.
high, proudly walking through
Yeah.
until we get to the gate, I guess.
Lots of people crying out for various illnesses, and the mother's proclaiming how you've saved her child.
When we get to the gate, I will turn and I'll kind of bow down and say, I must go and do Soon's work now. Please return to your homes. I will return soon.
Yeah, they'll take that. Ishtavold would catch up with you on the back of Sky Dancer, this ginormous warhorse. You've met quite a few times as she sees you, and the shake of the mane, the noise.
Good morning, Sky Dancer.
She's happy to be riding round.
Ugh, rub it in, why don't you?
And would like to offer a race.
A race.
I thought for one delightful moment you were going to say a lift.
The first one to the North Shore wins.
The North Shore is a very wide place. I feel like you could interpret this
you
very
accept?
creatively. No.
No.
Define your terms, sir.
We will meet you. And he just points to like due north across the lake.
I believe we had an agreement of you would wait here and we would return.
She's kind of like stomping like a racing horse in the blocks, ready to go.
We wish to save our energy for more important matters. You may wish to do so the same.
Istavold, you hear Casimir from behind. Trust me here. It is much simpler just to agree with him. So, it is a race.
What part of our conversation have you interpreted to mean that? Just out of interest.
Are you too scared? Is that what it is?
Is there
No.
something wrong with being scared?
We
What's-
have a
what's wrong
plan.
What's wrong with fear? Fear is a very valuable quality when you live
Casimir, you can see like Sky Dancer like literally doing the, you know, when an animal's getting agitated, like the sideways step, as he just looks up. Yes, we have a deal. Good, go!
Wait,
and with
what?
that, like the horse is bolting off.
Come on. Our plan.
So now we don't even. We have to cross the lake quickly. That's just a recipe for drowning.
That was our plan originally, anyway. But I think we'll get across long before Skydancer gets round.
All right, let's go.
Let me see your magics.
Let's get this over with.
There's
boats first.
There's various fishing boats here. They're all quite small, like 2-3 people crafts.
Right. Anyone monitoring them, or like?
Casimir points to clearly one of the bigger, better ones.
Well, I believe we'll need to rope together a few boats if we're going to be bringing everyone back.
That sounds stable.
Yeah. How long, for reference, how long is a journey around the lake would it be? By horse?
It's definitely longer.
Yeah.
But if you are going to, if you're going to Argynvost, it's not that much longer. So the lake kind of travels like here, and you're here, and you're kind of going to here, and Argynvost is this side. So if you were to kind of, you could nip round one of the edges of the lake. And
But we want to get to Argynvost from the west side because we can't climb up the mountain east.
Yeah, exactly. So you could nip round the lake. It wouldn't be horrendously. And if they've got horses, which they do,
they sure do.
You're not going to be able to get those back across the lake.
Horses, apparently.
That's not going to happen.
Okay.
Really freaking valuable horses.
Oh, dragon skull.
Yeah.
It's a very heavy dragon skull.
Right.
You're going to need a lot of boats.
Let's head towards the boat then, see if we can find the owner.
Yes. Casimir would just start dragging it towards the lake.
All right. Follow him.
Man on a mission.
Anyone challenging us? No?
Nope.
All right. It's our boat now. Let's go.
Oh boy, we have a boat.
That's the spirit. Has anyone got the background sailor?
Nope.
Has anyone got any skills which they believe will help them with sailing?
Yep.
Nope.
Not sailing, but I have magical means to get us across the river.
Oh, what have you got?
Good. I have control water.
Oh, yeah, that will help.
See.
Can you link it?
Yeah.
Do it.
I'll cast it even. Oh, it doesn't actually cast. Okay, so it's a long description. Let's see. Display. There we go.
Oh, well.
Oh, wow.
The actual important thing is redirect flow. You cause flowing water in.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. You'd have to cast it twice.
Just don't cast whirlpool by mistake.
Yeah. Well, I can change it between the different effects.
Yeah. So I'm happy if you just cast that twice. Basically, you push the boat across very quickly.
Yes, that is the plan.
Elian has a white-knuckled death grip on the bench that he's sitting on in the very middle of the boat, kind of trying to watch every single direction at once.
Give me a perception, Elian. That's a cool spell. I like that.
Yeah. Very nice.
12.
I wanted to do this on the bridge when we were going up to the Amber Temple. I was wondering if someone fell, I was trying to like get the waterfall to just blast upwards.
That'd have been awesome. Screw you, illusion of Strahd. For a second, you think you see a shadow moving under the water, Elian, but then you are sure it is just a figment of your imagining. There is nothing.
It's not the surface of the water that bothers me. It's everything that could be very far underneath us, just sort of looking at our underneath bits with a very hungry eye. Our delicious, tasty underneath bits.
While you're looking around as well, you would see Casimir look, and there's definitely an expression of concern on his face. He is quite hard to read, but you think it's concern. You've both been around him quite a while. Oh, hi, Leopold. Sorry. I love Leopold. So I'll always say hello. You see a look of concern as he looks over towards the kind of west coast where Sir Istibald went.
I'm sure he'll be fine. It is the middle of the day, and he's got Skydancer with him.
He shakes his head, realising that he's been quite easy to read, and looks back to the north.
And we already know that she's okay. I mean, they're okay. I doubt they could have run into serious problems overnight.
Yes. Maybe you could message her. Say where we are.
I don't have that much magic, and it's very early in the day. So, with all due deference to your concern, not right now. Sorry.
It takes you probably half an hour to get across the lake. You move very quick with Jackal's magic, burning 2 4th level spells to do it. But
you are the king of using magic on random shit right before we go and do something big,
I would
Matt.
much rather just get across this lake and get this sorted as quickly as possible, rather than having some massive monster just devour us from the water.
I mean, yeah, that's
you make it across.
That is fair.
Coming down the mountain, team. As
I'm glad I wasn't the only one.
Yeah, we only have like a day and a half or something like that to actually get everything done. So.
You guys come down and then start heading west.
Yeah, heading towards the lake, yeah.
It is terrain you are familiar with. Just 24 hours previous, you were going through this deadly quiet, cold, sodden, damp, musky marsh. The smell is everywhere around you as the horses trod across. All of the forest is dead. As the horses step across wooden branches, just the slightest touch, they crumble into the water beneath you. There's a silence. An awkward, eerie, unnatural silence here. Before long, any sound, any movement is so loud to the ear. You can't help but be on edge. Your other senses feel like they've been pushed up as you can feel your heart beat. The lack of stimulus to your ears is deafening. It's like one sense has just been completely wiped out. Just plod west, following Bronwyn. Everyone in their own thoughts or books. You approach the first real hazard. Coming from the north to the south, come across a river, breaking marshland. You're not sure how deep it is, water murky, a brown horridness to it. What's the plan?
Did they say which side of the river they were going to meet us on, Bronwyn?
Your knowledge, Bronwyn, is so you've got this large body of water, and you guys are coming in from this side, and then there are 3 lakes. Off the large body, there's 3 rivers coming down. This is the first of them.
Okay. Oh, I see. So I was looking at it on the map. Okay, I see. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not fast running, but it is considerably deeper.
All Elian's message said was north of the lake. I mean, technically we are now north of the lake, but I think we need to cross this. Bronwyn will dismount from her horse.
Yep.
And find like some sort of, stick or something from the floor, and just sort of maybe try and get a measure of how deep this
Looks like it's going to go sort of waist. But there's a lot of give in the ground underneath as well.
And that's waste on you.
Yeah.
There's a coldness to it as well. Just coming from the mountains to the north down into this large lake below you. But the river is frightfully cold. The horses are getting uneasy standing still now.
How wide is this river?
Not huge. About here, only about 15 metres, 20 metres. Huge.
But wide enough that we're going to have to get in it to get across it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Unless you've got some sneaky way to get across it.
You need control water.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just open it up and walk across.
Perhaps I could talk another tree into falling over in front of it.
Yeah, another suicidal tree.
You reckon the horse could plodge across it, but it just would not be comfortable for it. And then if it was to fall or something was to drag it down, which I'm sure there's nothing in it.
Or a skull was to fall off the back of it.
Do you have any bright ideas, Red?
None that would get all of us plus the horses across.
Any of those magics?
I can speak with a tree.
I could try freezing this part of the water.
What are you thinking?
Hold on. I could cast Ice Storm on this part of the river and freeze it, but I can't guarantee how thick the ice would be.
From the temperature of the water you've seen so far, you think it will freeze because it is already very cold.
Okay. I could do that.
You and I are both quite light. If at least one of us can get across in that way with a length of rope, we can at least tie something over the river to give extra stability to those who follow.
That could work.
I'm liking it.
All right. I'll give it a go. Red will stand on the edge of the water, focus, and will speak in Druidic and cast Ice Storm on the water.
Okay. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
As you invoke the magic, the clouds and the mist start to swirl above this river. It's not fast moving. It is murky. Ice begins to rain down. Huge clumps of ice that none of you would want to be hit by. Last, how long? Instant. Just one round, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm happy with that. Yeah, you managed to freeze a good, sizable section, but it won't last for long.
Okay, we need to get across now.
Have you got a full length of rope with you,
I think
Red?
we need to all of us get across. It's not going to last that long.
Right, fine.
Yeah.
Go on, after you.
Yeah, she'll will the horse forward and...
So who's going first?
Red will go first.
Oh, is bad. Standing strong. Who's going next?
Bronwyn's going to push
Still
Hunter
pretty strong.
Inconstance before her.
Cracking heavily.
And she'll
As-
go last.
Yeah. As you do, it's cracking. Can you give me a animal handling? As your horse is uneasy, they can hear the noise of this splitting ice beneath you.
13.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. 13, 14 is good enough. The ice cracking and creaking beneath you as shards are already being drawn down towards the lake. But you heel your horse and dance it across and make it to the far bank. River Posse, you start the search.
Yep.
Yep.
We have an
Remain.
area.
I've got a spell. So are we in the area?
You think a bit further north through the forest.
Okay. Well, we can. As we're going, I'd like Elian to kind of describe the wizard, give me as much as he knows about him, so that I can feel that my spell will be more effective.
Elian gives you a slightly withering look and then shows you a picture.
Okay. Well, fair
So
enough.
The picture you're shown is a bald man with slightly tanned skin. He's got a moustache and a pointed goatee,
Mm-hmm.
which is black and lacquered. Quite prominent eyebrows, and one of them is slightly raised. In a quizzical look.
His name is Mordenkainen.
Okay.
He's nice.
He's an
Any
idiot.
any more specific information you can give me about him? The more I know about
Yes.
him, the more
He's
effective.
an idiot, an arrogant idiot.
All right. I know
I
he's
mean-
also currently got a stupefy spell on him or something like that.
Are you
He was an idiot before that.
Are you really sure you want to go there, Casimir? I mean, we've all made errors in judgment, haven't we, Casimir?
Oh, sorry. I will leave you to make your own decision when you meet him. My memory of him was he did not suffer fools at all.
Oh, no wonder you didn't get on. You know, if you don't think it's funny, you don't have to pretend to laugh. You can just not laugh. It's not very convincing.
Just finish the spell.
I'll take some time as we're traveling northward to study the image, and then I'll get ready to cast a spell when we're kind of vaguely in the area that we were pointed
Yeah,
to.
can you link it? It's within a kilometre, isn't it?
Yeah, so it lasts an hour,
Yeah.
and it's 1,000 feet. Although 10-foot wide running water will block it. So if he's like on the other side of one of the rivers, it would be a problem. But I can keep it up for an hour, so we can travel around a bit.
You think east,
East.
sort of
Right.
like a northeast from here.
I will follow the guidance, the divine guidance.
Other river crew,
Mm-hmm.
you're making your way west. The woodland here does not look like it has been touched ever. There is a hugely unnaturalness to it. A lot of the trees, as their branches have come out, are almost kind of like entwined around another tree as if they were vines, like the branches, but there's like a constriction to them around the trunk. You know, when you see that thing of like a trunk has been resisted and it kind of spreads out either side, like going through a fence or something like that.
Yeah.
You can see the other branches doing that to the trees, and it almost looks like trees are strangling trees here. There's no leaves to them. It's definitely drier. You're a little bit sort of higher up here. And before long, you can hear more running water coming. The other crew, you start approaching a river, but before you get there, up towards the mountains, slightly almost out of the forest, you think you're getting close to him.
They find him before us.
On your side of the river.
So what you're saying is they've got all the horses, but we're on the right side of the river.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, good. We're a meme.
And then there was a frog and a scorpion.
Actively looking out, you can see in the distance, amongst the rocks, a man looking quite plump, maybe in his 40s. He looks almost like a merchant. So he's scurrying around rocks on the floor. You're pretty sure he picks one up and stares at it for a second, and then just puts it down, then continues to scurry around again.
Hello?
You approach?
Yeah.
As you're a good sort of 100 meters away at this point. As you do, you'll see him go back to the exact same rock that you saw him pick up earlier, and as he looks at it, and now you can hear him. Yes. No. And then puts it down. He starts scurrying around on his hands and knees again. Casimir has stayed well back.
Mm-hmm. Is this him?
I presume it is Adam, yes? Does it?
He looks like a poor merchant, slightly plump.
I will watch him for a second, just looking at kind of the imprint that his feet make in the ground, and also the way he's kind of holding and interacting with the rocks, and see if there's an illusion there, an illusory appearance that I can work past.
Give me a save his illusion.
It's generally an investigation
isn't it?
check.
Investigation. Give me an investigation.
Seven.
You're not sure.
Is that who your spell is pointing at, Jekyll?
I'll focus in on it. It's been less than an hour, I assume. Is it that direction?
Yep.
It's him?
Yep. That's your man.
That is where I'm being guided.
As he looks up towards you. Welcome to my shop of wonderful wares.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
No, it's not. Which one would you like to buy? Be quick. There are more customers waiting just behind you.
Do you remember me?
I have so many customers who come and go. You look all familiar to me. I'm sorry.
Well, it's just...
Hurry up. Which one would you like?
We're here
They're
to
selling
help.
very quick. And they're all the rage.
We're here to help you. Do you remember before? when you had your book and your staff?
Oh, I've never had a staff. A book I once had with all of my orders, but it was lost. Oh, I lost lots of money that day. But now I have more customers. You would like some of my finest wares.
Shall I do what I can?
Give me a second.
I'll do you a special offer. Buy 2 and I shall give you 2. But buy 3 and I shall give you 4.
What is your name? Do you remember your name?
Of course I do.
Do you?
So which of my wares would you like?
Because I can tell you your name. My friend, he can help you remember your name. You can come back to us and we can work together again. You don't have to hide anymore. We can help you. You just have to let us help you.
Kind of give me a persuasion.
+23. Expertise bard.
+12.
+12.
Yeah.
Not bad.
He looks to you. Some things need to be forgotten, and some things need to be remembered. And I remember that you need to buy my wares.
Okay, I have a proposal for you.
I do love a deal. Maybe I can make a
Indeed.
new offer to you. Buy 5 and I shall give you 6. But if you buy 6, you should only get 2. How many would you like?
What I would like is to buy some of your time.
Well, time is not here or there.
Correct. It is neither here nor there. On the other hand, you do have expertise that would be of value to us. And as your time is valuable and neither here nor there,
How much of my time would you like to buy, then? For if you buy more than 2, I shall give you...
What if we buy 4 and throw in 3 of our own for free?
But that would imply that I wanted your time.
Oh, but my time is valuable and my skills are valuable, as you have seen before, if you think about it. Consider for a moment and you will remember how valuable my skills are. I know I stick in your memory.
Rubs his eyes. I only work in odds, not evens.
Yes, it is
Like
very
any
odd.
normal sales.
Correct. So what I suggest then, seeing as it is so odd, is that my friend here helps you remember the precise value of what I am offering you. A spell which is just the one spell, so it will not make things any less odd, but it will assist you to remember the value of what I am offering you in trade, which, as we all know, is a vital part of making a deal.
So what do you pay me for my odd time? Apart from your time?
Well,
+1.
that depends. How much time are you willing to offer?
How much do you want to?
Quite a few.
I do not know if I can go that far.
Okay, maybe we could stretch to 3/4 of a few.
Because I feel there are others who may want to buy my time as well.
Yes.
It is very important that I get the best deal. And me using this time now is part of the time that I could be selling. So this is my last offer. Say now. Buy or leave.
Bye. Hello. 3 days. And
what
then it will
do
be
you
over.
offer? What do you offer for my time?
A mutual cooperative. One far stronger than anything anybody has seen here for many, many
I'm afraid
centuries.
I lied to you. I do not get that many customers in my shop. So I do not need your time to help me stock my shelves.
Oh, true, but you must always be on the lookout for a sure thing, yes? I have helped you with your spell, with your shop before now. So you know that my eye is keen. You know that I understand the market forces at work. And I can tell you what we are offering is as close to a sure thing as anyone has come here ever.
If you give me 2 and I give you 1, that is the free.
Yes, we will all be 3.
But I am still 1 out and you are still 2 up. So I will need 1 thing for my 1 apart from your 2 as well.
Very well. What one thing would you desire? We have one thing to offer.
Which is...
My friend has a spell.
I would like something more on top of this.
Go on.
It is you to offer.
Ah.
And this is your last chance.
Something like this, perhaps? And I take the wizard's staff off my back. Something along those lines? And I just kind of toss it to him.
I believe this will sell very well in my shop of things. You have a deal.
Excellent. Jakul?
Okay, I will walk forward and I'll put my hand out for him to take.
I will pat you on the shoulder as you go and say, do this right, please. And I'll give you bardic inspiration.
Okay, thank you. Go with my hand out as I take his hand, and I'll keep going forward.
Yep.
Does he accept my hand, or?
He will do, yeah.
Okay. As he takes my hand, I will give him a firm grip, and I will put my hand in my pocket where I've got a little pouch, and I will cast Greater Restoration, which will burn up some of our little dust. Get rid of some of that.
You invoke it on him.
Mm-hmm.
Feel the magic go through and hit him, restoring.
I'll focus on trying to restore his mind.
Yeah. Focus your mind. Give me a intelligence check, please.
Oh no! Why?
You have
Can
bardic
I
inspiration.
help?
I would say surprise. Yes.
I'll give you advantage, Matt.
Oh, thank you.
And don't forget you have bardic inspiration.
-1. Oh, there we go.
God
That's
damn
what
it.
I want.
So what is your total?
5. I guess I'll use bardic inspiration on it.
Do you have your reroll still, or have you used that?
Oh yeah, I do have my.
Oh, dude, use that. Use that.
I will use my inspiration.
So
Why
I
is
mean,
it
you can't
arcane?
get worse than 0, so
No. Something. Roll. Oh, come on. And I'll use the bardic inspiration. What is bardic inspiration?
Roll a d8 and add it on.
D8.
what was your arcana knowledge? Matt?
Ah,
Six.
That is-
Mine is
terrible.
plus
rolling.
5. Shall I roll separately or?
Yeah, yes, please.
Ah. Hey, there you go. That's what we wanted.
25. Crit.
You think there are supernatural forces at play, blanking his mind still.
I will rest a hand on his shoulder and cast Identify. Which
That takes
should...
10 minutes to cast, though, doesn't it?
It takes a minute.
A minute to cast.
And I will quite happily maintain a distracting patter as I do it. If I can.
Yeah, I'm happy. He has a mind blank up.
Is it
Um,
classed as a curse or what?
Mind blank. Until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch is immune to psychic damage and any effects that would sense its emotions or read thoughts, divination spells, and charmed conditions. The spell even foils wish and the spell effect of similar power used to affect the target's mind or gained information about the target. It lasts 24 hours and would require a dispel.
Could he just drop it? Or would he, now that it's cast, is it cast?
It's not concentration.
Okay. Jakul,
I'm afraid you are very quickly running out of time.
Yes, exactly. In which case, let me see if I can speed things up. I cast Dispel Magic.
Ooh, it's an 8th level spell.
Yeah, this is gonna... Well, if he can't drop it, I'm gonna try it.
You might just have to wait for it to end.
Yeah. I'm not sure I can take you going on like this for 24 hours, Adam. So I'm gonna try the Dispel.
Give me a roll, please.
So I need an 18. Ouch. How do I... Will that work?
DC 10 plus the spell level.
Yeah,
It's
I'm just trying to make it... I'm trying to work out what to click to make it roll the check.
Oh, I would just do a D20 plus, what is it, plus 4? So you need a 14.
Yeah.
Across the river crew.
Hello.
Sweet!
Ah!
What did you get?
Crit.
Natural 20.
I don't like this game anymore.
No, not this game anymore.
Don't this game anymore.
Not this game.
This game don't like it.
There we go.
Game broke.
Gonna have this jelly bean.
Jelly
Gonna have this jelly bean.
Don't fill your mouth. You have to run a game.
Gonna mope for a minute.
It's nice how you have such joy in our successes.
His eyes fixed where before you saw his vision was out of focus, his eyes bouncing around. Now they fix, become sharp, judgmentally sharp. Yes, Elian. I had waited for you to return.
Well,
It has been a while.
yes, I've been in an extra-dimensional prison being tortured by a hag.
How many hours would you say it has been?
It has been substantially longer.
Just a guess, how many would you assume?
I mean, how many hours would you say are in a year?
I would say it's been about 43,000, give or take, 1 or 2. I did sleep for some of them.
It's nice to see you.
Yes, I wish it was under better situation.
Well, it could be worse.
Other river crew, you would hear this conversation happening. And As
We're
you
that
look,
close, are we? Okay.
yeah, you would look over the river. You can see a mountainous, hilly area. You can see Elian and Jakul talking with what looks to be a plump merchant. And in the background behind them, you can see Casimir. You're on the wrong side of the
Joy.
river with all of the horses.
You say wrong side of the river.
Um,
I mean, I'm starting to wonder whether it's the right side of the river with all the horses.
He drops down into a low crouch, and both hands go wide. The hairs on the back of your neck stand up.
Yeah, we're on the
Bronwyn,
right side.
and red as well, as you realise you are in immediate danger.
Yeah, we're the right side of the river. How far, sort of distance-wise, are we from this?
Yeah, probably about 100 foot.
100 foot. So I could. My arrows will reach. That's what I was trying to work out.
Mhm.
So we're getting a real sense off this guy of
Threat, danger, immediate.
threat danger.
Yep.
Yeah.
God, it's like a
we
see-
superhero comic.
Can we see Elian and Jakul yet?
We can see them all, I think.
Yes.
They can hear the conversation as well.
Yeah, you can see Elian and Jakul with this merchant.
Have we seen them?
Yep. You would see them as he turns round, like, and then straight alert, you would see them.
Oh,
Bronwyn will raise.
I'll kind of raise the hands up.
Wait.
She won't fire, but she's
Yeah, Rona's
Ready.
got a spell is prepping a
Yeah.
spell.
Those are our friends.
Ah, friends of yours, are they?
Yes, they are.
Well, why didn't you just say so, boy? I nearly blew them up. It's not safe to be out here. Perhaps we should talk.
Yes. How are they going to cross that river?
They'll find a way. Come with me.
nice to see you again too, guys.
Hello.
Looks over his shoulder.
Glad you're all well.
Tell them to do hurry up.
Which
You've
way
only
are we
got me
going?
for 3 days.
I was hoping you could maybe give us a bit more than that, considering the circumstances. But
A deal is a deal, Elian.
3 days should be sufficient, Elian.
You know, I've said so
You
many
don't seem
nice.
to be telling them to hurry up as requested. Instead, you seem to be arguing with the fact that you made a deal with me for 3 days. Which do you think is the prudent course of action?
Which way
To
are you
argue with me when my mind is made up? Or to...
Red, they're not going to help us. Can
Bronwyn!
you-
Can you? We're gonna get out of the open. Can you?
Cool. I'll just
Catch us
magic
up.
this water gone then with all my water magic that I have.
Oh, water magic. Jakul,
Mm,
could you water magic them across the river?
I could, but I would lose up most of my high level power.
Heal a random kid, that's fine. Help your crew across the river. No
Heal a
way.
random kid with a level 2 spell, yes. Use a level 5 spell to just get you across a river.
You reckon one will do it?
Fine.
You could stop
I-
the water for long enough for them to get across. Yeah, easy magic.
I see where your priorities are now, Jakul. Fine.
I've
Red,
already
do you want
used
to
up one of
ice
them.
blast again?
Oh, fine, I can help you across the bloody river.
Oh, you're
I'll
so
come across
kind.
to you.
So saintly.
Yeah, fine. I'll cast I'll gonna rush across with them and I'll cast control water on a higher level since I've used up all my 4th level.
My
And
heart is
I
bleeding.
will like basically say, get ready to cross, you have to be fast. And I'll clap my hands and part, and the water will part and form a perfect path for you to cross.
Oh,
We will cross.
We did miss the Watcher's advice that Red could have just turned into a giant octopus and like picked people up and put them across.
I could have.
You could have got the crocodile out.
Yeah, but the crocodile
Oh.
can carry the horses.
That's true. The horses, yeah.
You guys make it across with Jakul's help. He literally, physically just stops the water from running and moves it round you as you get across the bed. The mud is like siltastically muddy as the horses.
Fantastic.
New one.
I will focus and I will suck all the water out of the mud. The water goes to part completely. It is now bone dry.
Okay.
We'll cross. It was so kind of you, Jakul, to do that without any, prior provocation, just out of the kindness of your
Yeah.
heart.
Yep.
I'm glad to see that our party is skilled
Oh,
enough to
you're
cross
you're-
water with help from someone
Yes,
else.
you're welcome for the dead vampire sorceress. Oh, and the skull that
A
we found
skull.
while we were up there.
You would
This
see
skull.
they've got
Congratulations.
That
got-
skull, that is humongous. It's like two of me.
And we
Red,
not.
red. It's fine. You moved some water for us. Clearly, they are the better people.
One, what is this plural that you're chucking around? And two, you're embarrassing me in front of the wizard.
I don't care who this is. We've just slept on top of a mountain all night. We nearly died.
You're all right.
Yes.
We almost weren't.
You can see the horses look tired.
And look at the poor horses. They've done
There's-
so well.
Is one
Four
of them
horses.
giving you an evil, Bronwyn?
Probably yes.
We found out Bronwyn is not very good at riding horses. Well, Bronwyn is good at riding horses. She's just not very certain of the etiquette of horses. It is
Shall I
quite
just leave?
complicated.
Shall I just
Horses-
leave
Yes.
you all?
Horses do
Save
have a lot
your
of
horse.
etiquette.
You
I
know what?
thought Bronwyn got on well with Skydancer.
I
Skydance
will-
is different. Skydance is nice to everyone.
Well, I think everybody makes accidental etiquette breaches now and
Yeah,
then,
they
and
do.
it's only, we have to be understanding of that.
Anyway, who's this guy?
This
He's literally just walking off.
let's talk
Or
once
who
we
was
get
that guy?
let's talk once we get
Ooh.
undercover.
As we walk, we talk.
Bronwyn, Casimir catches your eye as he's just kind of looked up towards you.
Does he
And
sort
just-
of stretch like?
The dusk elf, his eyes are piercing, and it's like an unnaturally long stare for a second, and then he just turns and starts following the mage.
Casimir has been very concerned about your well-being while you're away, Bronwyn. He's been demonstrating this by creepily staring in your direction for hours on end and incessantly bothering me to cast sending. So, surely that must be a point in his favor.
Is this supposed to be courtship?
I think
Yeah.
It's preferable
If
to
so-
leaving
if
me
so,
to
it's
die on the other side of a
very
river.
Strange.
it is very strange, and it's not really how it's done.
Has Bronwyn made any?
No,
Bronwyn has made absolutely no indication.
Quite the
that
opposite.
She is in any way interested.
So, Elian,
in
who
him.
is this person that we're following?
Yes, more importantly, this is a very powerful potential ally. Very
oh,
powerful.
he'll help us.
potential?
He'll help us.
Who? That still doesn't answer the question of
Sorry.
who.
Yes. Do you remember me talking about a wizard?
The one who previously defeated Strahd.
No.
Well, he's dead.
I mean, fought.
He
Fought
fought.
would be the operative word there.
Well, he beat him in a one fight and then got beaten as Strahd resurrected.
I'm not sure. You've told me about many people who've tried to fight Strahd.
He was the most successful.
He's a powerful wizard, and he is
Right.
no friend to Strahd. And he is, for want of a better word, a friend of mine.
Okay.
We've just he hit his mind. using a feeble mind curse, and we have literally just restored him to himself. So he is probably still a little bit cranky right now, but he gets better once you get to know him.
Casimir looks over. Oh.
Well, as long as he
Bronwyn sort of
helps.
laughs at that and then realizes that she's laughing at something Casimir said and stops herself very, very quickly.
The wizard, who looks like a merchant and not at all like a wizard, just kind of stops. Yes, here is perfect. This is where I left it.
Oh, this should be good.
He just walks, puts his hand forwards, twists, and pulls open just an invisible door into nowhere.
Brilliant.
The smell of hog roast and cooked meats hits you
Amazing.
like a truck wafting out of the warm hall, which somehow has music playing in it. He just steps through. You hear him mutter something under his breath.
May we come in?
Yes, quickly though.
Don't forget to wipe your feet. He's very precious.
Leave the horses
Imagine
outside.
Why? We weren't going to try and bring them in.
As you approach the doorway, as you look in, you can see there's this bustling banquet hall before you.
Bustling, as in there's people in there.
People.
Ah.
Wow.
Huh.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Before we go in, Red's gonna give the last of her mushrooms to the horses. They've been very good.
They're all servants that you can see in there. There are some people playing music. Someone just turning a hog roast.
Okay.
It seems fine.
Elian, you first.
It's literally
Elliot.
a door into just nothingness. And as you kind of peer in, you can kind of see round behind where the door hasn't been opened in space.
Elian bounds in without the slightest bit of hesitation, and just as he gets in, he kind of wipes his feet off, and then he takes off like his outer cloak, and he just kind of hands it off to a servant without really kind of looking at them or talking to them at all, and then kind of gestures for the rest of you to come in.
Bronwyn looks very unconvinced by this door.
As you do,
Yeah.
other servants arrive, arms out to get your belongings. They all look annoyingly similar to each other, just slight differences between them.
I'll hesitantly take my cloak off and pass it to them and say thank you.
A nod and it's taken away.
I'll follow Elian in.
Red is really not okay with this. Indoors through a magic door with lots of bustling people and servants, which is weird.
Bronwyn will go through, but she is going to have a hand on one of the short swords at her hip, and she is not giving anything away to anybody. It is all staying on her.
Red desperately wants to stay with the horses, but knows that she will have to go in. And she will keep everything on her.
Elian gives Bronwyn a slightly odd look, like he doesn't quite understand. It's okay. I've seen him do this before.
Casimir will come in.
It's like the bubble that Jakul does, just more powerful magic.
On that again.
A servant closes the door.
Huh?
It is it now looks, the back of the door looks like a banquet feast door arched over. As you take a second to look around, you're in this huge hall with 2 fireplaces in it. You can feel the warmth penetrating your clothes and steam coming off you from them. The smells of meats is making your stomach rumble and your mouth salivate already.
Wow.
There's sweet delicacies on the table and goblets out as well as wines and meads are being poured. You can see multiple doors coming off this one on multiple different levels going to elsewhere, who knows.
Elian will pull a chair out at a banqueting table, hop in it, and put his feet up on the table. And then just kind of take something to eat out of the dish.
You are my guests for now.
And we thank you for your hospitality.
As you should. This is not a nice land at all. Now,
Thank you for pointing that out.
why have you come here?
Are you planning on looking like yourself at any point?
Ah, of course. He just runs the hand over his face, and as he does, you see the magic just dispel from him. He's a man in his 40s, completely bald. Whether it's shaven or natural, you're not sure. Thick, dark eyebrows. Moustache that comes out slightly, and then a pointed goatee coming down. A bit scruffy. Of jet black hair. Muscular, but not hugely so. Wearing simple clothes now. Warm, hardy things.
Everybody, may I present Mordenkainen, the Archmage. Mordenkainen, these are my companions. Red, a very powerful druid. Bronwyn, Catherine, remind me, is it Silver Bow or Silver Arrow?
Silver Arrow.
Bronwyn Silver Arrow, the I believe it's Hunter General of the Misty Forest.
Mistwood, I think.
Mistwood, thank you. Are the other two actually with us at this point?
Hunter is like wary as hell, staying near the door, and Constance has sat down and is just looking wide-eyed at all the food.
That's Constance, a mighty paladin of the god of hammer and justice, and Hunter, who is but a recent arrival, but has already proven his worth.
Do you trust all of these people?
Yes. They have all contributed to saving my life on multiple occasions, and I would urge you to consider...
Did you say that about Casimir?
Oh, him.
Choose your words carefully here, for I shall hold you all to them.
And this is Casimir, who hasn't entirely proven himself to be of unfailingly sound judgment, who is...
Yes, I know, Casimir.
Oh yeah, you met. Do I take it the dislike is mutual, or is it just that Casimir didn't like you?
We never saw eye to eye.
But
now back to my original question. What brings you here?
We would like your help to defeat Strahd.
Once I have given my help already, so you ask for it twice.
As I recall, Mordenkainen, excuse me, I helped you. We had a mutual goal and we worked together to attain it.
And what is different this time than last?
Well,
for I hate to admit it, but at the moment, He is stronger than I.
But I don't think he's stronger than we.
Perhaps. But he works in ways to break us apart, to use us against each other as he did first time.
Yes.
I had to kill some of my friends.
Our friends.
Yes. So I ask again, what is different this time?
We have a powerful weapon.
I've been called many things, but a weapon I am not.
No, I'm not actually talking about you in that instance.
Now you have my attention.
This is slightly awkward because I would ask. I would kind of ask if, yeah.
As you say it, she'll invoke it. Blinding sunlight beats the room. Mordecai puts a hand up across his face. Ah. You do have a powerful weapon.
Wielded by a powerful paladin, with the support of a powerful druid, one of the most competent rangers I've ever met, and a saint.
A what?
To say nothing.
Yeah.
To say nothing. To say nothing of our paladin ally, who is currently probably looking for us in the woods. Actually, oops.
Yeah.
To say nothing of Casimir and his magics, which he has pledged to our cause. To say nothing of Hunter, who I have seen.
You see his eyes for a second genuinely go wide as he stares at Casimir. Is this true, Casimir? You have pledged to the cause.
Finish a sentence. Yes, he has.
I would hear him say it with his own mouth.
He'll probably just mutter something quietly, but sure, go on.
As Casimir meets his eyes. I have pledged myself to their cause. Aaron, this ends. You know that won't be the case, though, don't you? That if you lose, it won't be the end for you. It'll be the start. You will wish that it was the end.
Oh, I have a solution to that. We don't lose.
Very well. So what is your plan?
Right. So he is getting married in 2 days.
Very well.
And we're invited to the wedding.
Everyone is invited.
Of course.
Apart from me, apparently.
And me.
No, you are invited.
So at the point where the celebrant says, if any here can show any just cause as to why this marriage should not take place, we're going to stand up and hit him repeatedly with a sword.
A simple plan, and I would expect nothing more. Dear boy.
Do you have to be so rude? I've spent a long time.
Would you prefer I
my
lied?
No, I would. You know, there is a reason why you had to ask me to talk to people for you. I remember this now. But even so, I'm not stupid. I'm just not as intelligent as you. There's quite a large distance.
Knowing one's boundaries is half of the battle.
The other half is hitting the vampire with the sun sword.
We also know that he comes back. We know that he returns to his coffin. We have allies.
Do you know the location of his coffin?
No, but we have allies who will be And as I say,
It's in
allies,
hand.
I make eye contact with Bronwyn. I have spoken to our allies, and they will be searching the castle whilst the wedding is going on to locate his coffin.
I see. Perhaps we overcomplicated the plan last time.
Well, we worked with what we had, and what we have now is a hell of a lot more than what we had then.
We also have detailed maps of the castle. It may not show everything, but I'll kind of
Interesting.
fish out my bag and fish out a copy of the drawings that I've made.
Yeah, he very quickly just flicks over them. Spends about 10, 15 seconds looking at each one. So now answer me this. Do you believe you can win this?
I believe we can.
And you, Bronwyn, General from the Mistwood, do you believe?
I do.
And you, Red, Druid, do you? Deep
Yeah.
down, do you believe we can win this fight?
Yes.
That we're not better just to weather the storm?
No. If you're exposed to a storm, the storm will still kill you. When there are no trees, no caves to hide in, you adapt.
Well, I see. Now, Saint Jakul, is it?
What is that
Well,
word?
can you
So-
explain?
Do you
why there's
believe we can win this?
I
He's not
believe
a
we can.
saint.
He is.
For the sake of the people here, yes.
Oh,
So it's
Is there anything else you would like to tell me? Anything you have hidden? Anything else I should be made aware of?
Let's see.
from our allies, we think we may be able to gain the support of the long lost silver dragons as well. If that is what you've managed to find, the skull.
it
Well, I'm
is.
going to assume that it's the skull we're looking for rather than just a random dragon skull.
Yes.
I've never heard of a dragon in Barovia, but
The one that killed you.
I mean to be fair, as I was just going to say,
This was not a juvenile, this is an adult skull. It was the one that killed Carvan.
In which case it was the one, the
Yes.
silver dragon himself, Argynvost.
so we have to take it back to Argynvostholt and lay him to rest.
We do.
And then we should gain even more strength to our side.
Well, I had enjoyed a short break here, but now it sounds like hopefully this Barovian nightmare will come to an end.
For all of us. The land and the people will be free.
I trust you have been honest with me. Now I shall be honest with you. I can aid you, but I do not know if it is the best idea. General, your knowledge of vampires and the vampire, how would you rate yourself?
I have fought vampires.
Be honest.
How about you let the general finish, Mordenkainen?
I have been fighting vampires longer than some of my companions have been alive.
And what would happen if a vampire was to bite someone, shall we say, 3 times on 3 separate days? You know
I
that's
feel like
what
Bronwyn would know
Bronwyn would know that they're fucked.
There you are, vampire.
More
spawn.
technical description for Bronwyn? That doesn't sound like Bronwyn's language.
They'll be turned. Not like a vampire spawn, but they'll be turned. And
They would be sired in that way. They would become vampire as well.
yes, they would. See him. You can see he's got a clear bite mark,
Oh.
and he's got a clear bite mark. One more. That's all I have. I do not say this with arrogance. If he bites me, I shall burn you all. Barovia will be a smear on the map. It will no longer exist.
Yep, okay, we get the point. So what
I
do
will
you
more
suggest,
than
then?
likely take him with me. But I can promise you this, everyone else. Every soul here, everything will go.
So
Because
what
I
are you
could do it
suggesting?
now. Never
Great.
mind then.
What are you suggesting?
I've made a
How-
deal
how-
with you and I will hold it. 3 days. 3 days you have my aid. 3 days I shall come to your call. If you ask, I will accompany you to the wedding. But rest
this-
assured, I shall be his target.
This is
I-
awkward because I already have a date.
I believe the best plan would be to accompany us, but remain hidden, and keep yourself hidden until.
You
the
mean
last
like I
moment.
was before you came here?
Yes.
Are
but-
you planning on blaming us for that?
I think that's exactly what he's doing.
Because that seems like a very unreasonable position to take.
I could go back to hiding if that's what you request.
Well,
not hiding here?
what do you want to do? Because you weren't in any position to make rational decisions when we found you.
Or
We had-
to be found.
Yes. But now you are. So what is it you want? Do you want us to just leave you alone to live out your days in gibbering madness on a riverbank?
I believe we could beat him. I believe together we could stop him. But also you must understand, although I could be of aid to you, if he gets me,
You
if
have
he
released
can
something
sink
worse.
his fangs once more into my neck and soul, I will destroy you.
We will not
Yeah.
let that happen.
Give me strength.
Mm.
Right. So how effective can you be remotely then?
My staff is hidden. Even from myself, I couldn't trust it to fall to his hands. And my spell book... I know its location, but I feel it is best that I do not.
You do not know its location?
No, I know location, but I feel it is best I should not.
So you wish to give it to us then?
I mean, what good would that do us? We're not wizards.
Casimir's like...
No.
Oh, wait. Yeah, one of us is.
We did specifically request for the spellbook and staff if we could not get this guy to join us.
It is well known that Strahd can also fly, as I can myself. His flight is comparable to mine, perhaps slightly better. I would be a distraction.
Yeah,
If
but
I was
then
to attack
to the-
Ravenloft once more from the air, I am sure he would come to me.
We want to defeat him himself, though not.
No, it doesn't.
have
Yeah,
him
that.
engaged in single combat. I think the most effective plan would be to have you remain hidden in the beginning of the fight. When the fight starts to turn, then you can reveal yourself and join us, aid us. He will have already put his focus on us. He will have weakened himself. You will have an opportunity to strike him from hiding. He will not have the chance to attack you and bite you if you focus mostly on defense to keep him away from you and just offer assistance. Do not reveal yourself right at the start of the fight. As you said, you will become his prime target, and that's not something we want.
Not a bad plan.
If you believe that you can stay hidden from him until the ideal moment.
What is your plan to find his sarcophagus? His coffin?
We have
others.
looking for it. If you
Whom
think you
do
can
you have?
aid,
Friends.
if you think you can aid in locating it, that would also be ideal.
I did try to scry for it on a few occasions. It is hidden and protected from my magic. More so, he is aware as soon as I do.
There is also these maps, which I believe you did not have before. I do not know if they're perfectly accurate. There may be some hidden rooms, but surely your vast intellect, you can assess these and think of the most likely locations.
We can.
I mean, you could enter the castle as part of the wedding throng, and then...
And how would I do that undetected?
Well, change the way you look.
Mm-hmm. And you believe that he does not have ways to see through such illusions?
Well, hold on. Let me just consult with the most powerful and learned wizard I know about that. Mordenkainen?
I am unsure of his powers.
Right. Okay.
There is definitely more to him than meets the eye. He has some kind of a shield linked to Ravenloft, I am sure.
Yes, we have encountered that shield, and we have taken it down on one occasion. He became very aggressive
As did I.
after that. I still think, from our knowledge, that if we manage to defeat him, it is 24 hours or one night until he can return. In that time, we must find his sarcophagus and end him. If you were to assist us in defeating him, then after he is defeated, we could continue the search. Our allies, if they have not found the sarcophagus by that time, then with your help, with your magic, and with our knowledge of the castle layout, we can hopefully find the sarcophagus before the 24 hours are up. This is a pretty good backup.
So I am clear of your plan. You plan to attend the wedding. All sounds he will have his armies around him at full strength to battle him in his own lair. To beat him in his lair. Then create what? A stronghold, a fortress within it to keep his minions back, and then seek out his coffin and destroy him.
That is plan B. Plan A would be our allies find his coffin, we kill him, our allies end him in his coffin.
Who is your other ally?
Someone who is an expert at defeating these creatures.
A very skilled vampire hunter.
Who?
By telling you any more, we will make the plan moot. Trust me.
Just tell me.
I can't. I will not.
Elian, who is it?
You will not, or you don't want us to?
I will not.
Okay. Are you counselling that I don't, or are you maintaining your silence?
She maintains her silence.
Well, that's an answer. His name is Rudolph van Richten.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that's what he said. Bronwyn confirmed
Was he a
it.
despicable man? Did you want to kill him?
On some occasions.
He's not the most
Yes.
personable of people, it's true.
And he did very much lecture us after we revealed who he was.
Quite
And-
substantially. Honestly, I had to tell him off quite a lot.
Yes.
He's one of the reasons I knew this demi-plane existed. Did you
Demi what?
know my research has shown that Strahd cannot leave here, but his minions can?
Yes, we have engaged his minions outside of this place.
It is said that Van Richt killed Strahd's brides.
Oh,
No.
Red and Bronwyn and Constance and Hunter have done that too now.
Not an exclusive club.
But not before the bride killed his daughter or son, I forget, or don't really care enough.
You remember what we said about personableness and actual human emotion?
Is he here? No, he's not. I shall say I do not care enough about his daughter or son.
I mean, it's just...
Would you
it's just
prefer
good
I lie?
practice.
I am heartbroken that a vampire killed
I'm
Van
just
Richt's
saying there's
daughter
a
or
middle
son.
ground.
Let him speak, Elian.
Okay. Carry on.
I have a new plan.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
A better plan.
Mm.
We use Van Richt as bait. Strahd will do anything to kill him. Anything to get his claws in that man. Trust me on this. He does not yet know that I am back in the game. I barely know that I am back in the game. We feed him information. Strahd is ancient. Strahd is the land, they say. A few snippets make it look like Van Richt has got sloppy planning something. Some over-elaborate stupid plan, the sort of thing the fool would do. He's out in the wild. One of Strahd's wolves sees him, feeds the information back. We don't even tell Van Richt our plan.
No.
Screw the man.
Under no circumstances are we pinning somebody out as bait for Strahd. Sorry, I shouldn't be speaking on behalf of everybody.
General, what do you think to my plan? Would you rather
No.
fight Strahd and his brides at their full strength at a wedding? Or would you rather make him act rashly before it? Oh, look. My arch enemy just before my wedding. What a gift. He's frantically planning something to kill me at my wedding. Oh, I best act quickly and get him. I best act rashly, in confidence, as Strahd would. Of course, we cannot tell Van Richt our plan. He can't know, because he'll give the plan up. The man's an imbecile.
How do you think this would actually gain us anything?
For Strahd would come for him, and we would be ready.
And then we have to try and find his tomb on our
Yes.
own.
While Strahd is dead, first of all, we do not have to beat him in Ravenloft.
Bronwyn is going to walk out of this enchanted place.
And you forget one other thing. For him to be reborn, the next day, his mist form must make it back to the tomb. must make it back to his coffin. If we can stop it from doing so, I don't know, with a very powerful druid, perhaps. We don't even need to find the bloody thing.
If
You
this
know
is,
this is the best plan.
surely the best plan in that case would be to hold his future bride hostage rather than pinning a blame and hoping he does something.
Do you think he cares for her? Be honest.
It would hurt his
He-
pride.
He claims for theatrics. He has declared to all of Barovia that the wedding will take place in 2 days.
Put yourself in his position. What would Strahd do? Enemies of mine have held my bride against me. They do not want me to have true love. The reason I act this way is because I do not know it. Retrieve her for me. Help me, my people. Stand against these evil rebels, and I shall reward you. He wouldn't need to come. He would have no reason.
Could we
He would
maybe
enjoy to watch the carnage.
Well, I do not believe that he would take the bait of going after Van Richten, even if we were to reveal something like that. And I do not believe
Ask
that it would be
Van
the way
Richten.
to do it.
Bromwyn, you know him.
She's gone. She walked out.
Oh, she walked out, sorry.
Can we
Yeah.
pause this discussion for a second whilst I ask Bronwyn to rejoin us? She should be part of it. Just 30 seconds.
Mhm.
And I'll go and poke my head outside. Bronwyn?
She is putting on a show of going out to check on the horses. But I suspect it would be pretty obvious that she's not really checking on the horses.
Master Druid, what do you think to my plan? You know it is the only logical choice.
It is true you don't go into a beast's cave to slay it.
To fight him there. He will be stronger than you can imagine in his own lair. I speak from experience.
But I'm not sure how far I'd agree with sacrificing somebody else to give us the upper hand.
He
We already have several upper hands that
steps
he's not
forwards.
aware of.
He wouldn't know. Trust me. We would be able to stop him. All we are doing is just feeding him some information where he is. And waiting. Being
believe-
ready.
There are too
Bronwyn
many
outside?
chances for this to backfire.
Bronwyn?
The cold as you go outside hits you like a truck. Especially you, Elian, with no clue.
I thought, the dragon skull, it shouldn't be just left here unattended.
We could bring it inside, maybe. I'll help you.
Cut the horses as well. Just, they need to stay out here.
You should be a part of this discussion.
How am I supposed to choose from those options?
Well, you could try talking it over with a friend. I wouldn't choose that horse, though. It's still giving you a very dirty look.
Well, it's exactly what he would have done. If this was the other way around, he wouldn't think twice about sacrificing me for the greater good. It's exactly the kind of thing he did.
But we're not talking about him, are we? We're talking about you and me and all the others.
He wasn't a nice person. He's not a nice person. You've met him. He's a
Yes.
horrible person.
He's quite unpleasant.
But he taught me. He taught me everything. And he didn't just take random people off the street to train them up. I wouldn't be here doing this. I wouldn't have done half the things that I've done without him.
Let me
So
ask you.
now I get to choose whether to give us an advantage in taking down the evil that is Strahd by using my old teacher as bait, or I do what my heart says is the right thing and protect him and put us all at a disadvantage.
What do you think he would think of the plan? I don't mean if the roles were reversed. I mean, as it stands, the idea of him being bait.
He always believed that the ends justify the means. I watched him kill hundreds to save thousands. I'm sure if he was given the choice of putting somebody up as bait, he'd take it.
Him, not somebody. Him.
Well, I know.
Because this plan, Van Richten is very sure that he can protect his mind from Strahd.
He worked on that Rictavio thing for so long.
So, can we not just ask him? If it were any of us, we'd ask them. Worst case scenario, he can say no. And then we can carry on with the original plan.
I'm sure his response will just be to call me stupid.
I think you're better than he is.
No. I doubt that, but thank you.
I think you're a better person than he is. And I think he's the type of person that doesn't understand that's a source of strength. Do you think maybe the horses will be all right on their own?
Yeah. Yeah, I think they will be. That one doesn't like me much anyway.
No, I know. What did you do to it? It's yeah. Let's maybe get you inside before it curses you with its evil horsey eye.
As you make your way back, see Casimir stood at the door, just looking out towards the two of you. It looks like he's about to say something. Just kind of shakes his head. Waits for you to go back inside.
She'll give him the briefest of sort of nods of acknowledgement and go back in.
Elian, as they're going back in, Elian mutters quietly to her, "Stay strong. Stay strong."
So those inside, eat some food while they're outside. Mordekainen just kind of waits, realizing that it's pointless to continue talking. About 10 more minutes.
Yeah.
We better call it.
Mhm.
See if I can get a plan.
That's asking a lot. When did we ever have a plan?
Oh, sorry. Maybe about a month longer of the campaign, depending how we go. But we've already started on a brand new campaign, which is super mega epic. I'm just going to throw this out there. Oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah.
This campaign is going to last 10 more minutes. And we're going to go out to obliterate us all.
Yeah, Strahd knew all along. Mordekainen is actually Strahd.
It just comes over, bites him once, turns him. You're all dead.
Done.
New
Yes.
Dark Lord. Yay!
Sorry, back into the room. So as you enter into this beautiful kind of banquet mead hall, it's very welcoming and light. Again, the smells hit you. Have people been eating the food or not?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll eat after a while, yeah.
Fred's still not sure about the food.
Oh, please do try some. If I wanted to kill you, I would simply kill you. I would not poison what you ate.
Not the fear of poison, it's my tastes are a bit more simple.
What would you prefer? Ask.
Meat without all the little herbs and other things you put on it.
He just kind of waves his hand in half annoyance. And within the best part of 30 seconds, just like some raw, what would it be? Like
Slab of meat.
venison, just like a side of venison is brought out. Is this more to your taste?
Yes. And she'll
Wow.
eat a bit of it.
It's very tasty indeed.
Mm.
So, have we all... I was just reading chat, sorry, it was brilliant.
Yeah. How did you know?
It's going to be a Dallas. It's all a dream.
Woo,
Strahd, I've just got out of the shower.
shower. I had the craziest dream.
No. Right, okay, back in. So, have you decided to come to your senses? Have you decided to sacrifice, or possibly sacrifice, one old, bitter man at the end of his life for the possibility to save all of Barovia and yourselves?
Do you think we'd be able to get into the castle, even if we did manage to defeat him outside?
It depends how swiftly we could beat him. I have seen, and I believe that he definitely has the ability to teleport. I'm not quite sure how. He has that infernal manservant. And you're here, Casimir.
Rahadin.
Rahadin. Yes, Rahadin.
We've seen him.
He is annoyingly good at being in the wrong place at the right time.
I mean, he wouldn't. We're getting slightly off topic.
So, if we could comfortably and cleanly beat him outside, force him into his mist, there is a chance we could stop him from ever making it back to his coffin.
Well,
Failing that, the second best scenario is we force him to his mist and he makes it back before he can alert anyone else. Failing that, we fight
Failing
him
that.
and beat him, but he is able to notify his agents that he is in trouble and they would ready the defenses of Raven.
at
And
which
the
point,
worst case scenario is we fail to beat him and he makes it back to Raven. and is aware of this.
So why don't we ask Van Richten what he thinks about the idea of being bait? He's pretty convinced that he can hide his thoughts from Strahd.
Van Richten is convinced of a lot of things. All of the things.
And it doesn't
He's
matter.
a man who has a career of being in the right place and extraordinarily lucky.
But it
He
doesn't
has
matter. Sorry, go on, Bromwyn.
no, only that his disguise. I watched him perfect it. It's powerful. From what I understand, he's been in Barovia a long time, and he's not been detected yet. I trust that shield at least is a strong one.
So, we plan to tell our bait the plan.
Well, how
We plan
about
to ask our bait if they want to be bait, or if they want to stick to the original plan.
Did he even agree that he would assist you in his original plan? Because I cannot imagine he did.
I made the point that we would be a very effective distraction for him, and he
So he was happy
acknowledged
to
that.
use you as a distraction, but you are not happy to use him.
Because he
No,
discussed it with us. We are
We're not-
making a life or death decision for somebody else who cannot speak for themselves.
I do not... I think you gave him no other option. You can see him doing the Sherlock Holmes, and he's jumping from one conclusion to another and bouncing around in his head. Did you by chance recognize him and say who he was? You knew him from before you came here, was it? Of course, the General. You saw him perfect this disguise, and then he disappeared, leaving you in a puff of smoke. Not even a goodbye, one would assume.
Oh, this seems
Because
to be
you
a
were
slightly
now
off
a
topic.
liability to him. You would give him away. Although he had powered his mind so he couldn't be read, you had not. And Strahd could read you. That's it, isn't it? Now he needs to act quickly. If only I had known this before, I would have told you my plan. You would have been no part of it. You would have been unwitting, given away his situation. Why did I not see this sooner?
Because you're
Elian,
not-
why did you not tell me Van Richt was here straight away? If I would have known, I would have worked it out. I would have seen that one of you knew Van Richt, that one of you was a liability to him, and we could have used that to lure Strahd out.
Oh, good. Recriminations and what ifs. They're certainly helpful in this situation.
It would have been perfect. You would have been unwitting.
Yeah, say that word any more sinisterly, please. Perhaps we could actually, move ahead with what we have.
If you do not think that he would sacrifice all of you in a heartbeat.
Oh, I know he
win.
would.
Well, of course he would. But this is the thing.
I am not him.
Now the question is, how many would you sacrifice to win? 1,
Why is that a question?
2,
Why is this even a question?
your friends.
Again, how is this at all relevant?
Because I had to kill mine, and as did you.
The situation is different to then. You were planning and you had everything set up. You had time. We have no time. He has no
So
time.
answer
to
this.
turn
If
us
you
against
see
us.
Strahd close his jaws around my neck, you know I am his. There is nothing left I can do to stop him.
Then
Well,
the
but a
sword goes through
heartbeat
both of
to
you.
kill me. You wouldn't take it.
I would.
We would.
Exactly.
In that situation, you are gone. This is
And
a
if
fight.
I saw Strahd drag you off before he could kill you, before he could turn you into a minion of his, I would do the same.
And that is a fate better than death is fate better than being his minion.
Indeed. And
This
we
is
now
relief.
stand upon a chance to not even sacrifice someone, but to put them out
This is
and
not.
stop all of this.
This is not a decision of sacrificing someone for a guaranteed win. This is not a decision of sacrificing someone to ensure that they have a fate better than
Red,
what
the
could be in their
druid.
position.
If I could get Strahd into his mist form far away from Ravenloft, do you think you could stop the mist returning? Buy us time.
Ooh.
Control the weather. Be prepared for it. In case it.
There are spells that I've not yet used, which could do that.
He has magic, but when he is in that mist form, he is vulnerable.
This is a bit moot. Surely, if we are to use our friend as bait, him knowing and being aware of this plan would make it more effective. He could more effectively turn the tables on Strahd. He could even assist us in killing Strahd outside. If he is taken by surprise and unaware of this, then there is no point to it. If Strahd gets close enough to read his mind and, oh no, he is aware of our plan, by that point, the plan will already have been trapped. It will have already been triggered.
But how long is it going to take to track him down and tell him the plan? We don't know.
We
what
have
he looks
the
like,
ability
where
to
he is.
We have
message
the
them.
ability to send messages.
And we know that he receives those messages.
Also, we have a good idea of where he may well be right now.
Yes.
Because
Elian.
I spoke to him last night.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
I have good reason to believe that Strahd can intercept messages. Have you felt it when you've sent them at times? I have. At first I thought nothing of it, it was just Barovia. But now, I believe it is how he knew of us. What if we were to send him a message that we designed to be intercepted? You got sloppy. You believe it. You're not that
Right.
good.
You know, you could have just stopped the he'd believe it thing. You know, for someone very intelligent, you have next to no people skills.
So, now is the time. I will go with what decision you make. A deal is a deal. 3 days I offered you.
I mean,
And
you
will
were
stick to it.
you were gibberingly insane at the time, so but I'll take it.
Do you believe you could stay hidden and come with us? Keeping yourself hidden? For now, at least.
Druid, what is your favorite animal?
Well,
Then yes, I believe I can remain hidden.
In which case, I believe my vote would be for you to come with us, for us to go and directly speak to Van Richten and discuss the plans. We discuss the options, see if he is as willing to sacrifice others and for the greater good and all that, then he may take this and accept this plan. Otherwise, we can return to our original plan. That is my vote.
Agreed.
You vote. You're not the leader of these people.
You know, you keep plumbing new depths of being unnecessarily disappointed, and it's starting to get very wearing. I'm just saying, I could have left you mad. I think that sounds like a good approach. I would point out that the first thing we have to do is return the skull before
Yes.
we do anything else,
Yes.
because we don't have long, I think, before those revenants find us.
Yeah, that is a good point.
I would prefer to use the skull once we have baited Strahd out.
I would prefer to deal with the skull first, and one of us went
What
up
do
a
you
mountain
believe
and
will
almost got
happen
destroyed
when
by
you
a dragon
use
to
the
get it.
skull? Just out of interest.
So,
Gain the alliance.
Sir,
Godfrey.
thank you. Sir Godfrey believed that laying the bones of Argynvost to rest would remind the Order of the Silver Dragon of their oaths, awaken them from their hatred.
And restore Argynvost Holt.
So,
Or Argynvost
we could
Holt.
assume that Strahd would be aware once this happened.
Yes, probably. I doubt it will be a quiet thing.
I would prefer thus. We bait him out. We send a message that we know will be intercepted, sending it to Anricht. We have just enough information that Strahd cannot resist. We prep the skull. We have it ready to lay at rest once he is out. We strike him. We lay the skull to rest. Whatever benefits it gives us will be twofold, for he definitely not.
Would not sending the message to bait him out in this situation be ideal when we are at Argynvost Holt?
Perhaps.
If we
I can
send
take
the
care
message
of
now.
few revenants that look. You don't have to help.
Well, how about we have the conversation with Van Richten?
I'm against this idea.
Well, you've been outvoted. We go to Argynvost Holt. We lay the trap outside the Argynvost Holt mausoleum. Then, when Strahd takes the bait, we lay the skull to rest. And then Godfrey and his order join the fight there and then.
I believe this is the best way to do this. If we are to try and
Agreed.
bait him out. If he does
Red?
not take the bait, then we fall back on our original plan.
Red, what do you think?
Whatever it takes.
It's what
That's always been my stance with this whole Strahd thing since he took a lot from me. I don't care how we do it.
That is our plan then.
So that is a vote for my plan, the best plan.
But we are going to tell Van Richten on the way.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
It is an extra liability. And what if he says no?
Well,
Then we know that option is no longer available to us.
then we go on to Argynvost Holt. We lay the
Do you
skull to
think
rest.
he will say yes? Without knowing I am in play?
I think.
Because I can guarantee you it. And as soon as you tell him I am in play, he will not be able to hold that knowledge back from me, I am sure. One slip of his mind. All it will take is to think my name. Strahd will hear it. Oh, it is a trap.
Do you think that Strahd would not want to stop Argynvost from being laid to rest, from stopping Argynvost Holt from being restored?
Maybe,
Double
but not
trouble.
enough to come himself if he uses it to trap.
Hmm.
Why not give his brides a mission?
I do
Why
not
not give his wolves a chase?
I do not think it is at all ethical to use somebody as bait without speaking to them about it. I will not be that person, and you should not be either.
If it was anyone but Van Richt.
It doesn't matter.
You have met the man. He is truly
Yes.
insufferable.
Is there a mirror in here that you could look in?
The plan is set. Even if it is just his bride that he sends,
I'm telling you, he will
It is
not
still
do
going
it
to
unless he knows I am in play.
We may be able to suggest something
Red,
to him
talk
with
some sense to them, please. You've known them a long time. They are talking of one man, one insufferable fool of a man.
Well, we have two.
but whatever the
My
situation
temper
may
is
be,
not endless, Ellie,
Mhm.
and my love for you is not either.
but even if we were not to tell him the plan and just send a message, this would not just put him at risk. It would put the entire town where he's in at risk. It would put everyone at risk.
Get him
He would not be
to
aware.
Argynvost.
And how would we do that?
Send him a message to meet us at Argynvost.
And the message gets intercepted, and then he will not show up.
Also,
is not-
Strahd would show up. If the message gets intercepted, Strahd would show up to Argynvost
Only if he
to
knows.
come and kill him.
I
Only if he
think,
knows that it is Van
from
Richt.
what I have seen of this power he has within this land, he hears it. There is some truth to what the Barovians say, that he is ancient and he is the land.
I'm getting very tired of hearing that.
But now, you are safe. Rest here for the night. Eat. I shall get you rooms.
It is still early.
Please watch.
Rude.
I think with the amount of time we have left, it would. It's still early in the day. Would it not make more sense to press on?
I cannot move this. This is here.
Maybe taking a chance to rest and refresh our strengths isn't the worst idea.
A short
That means
rest.
we have one day to get from here to Argynvost. How long would we be able to do that?
Oh,
I don't think we're
please.
suggesting we stay here for 8 hours, but just.
Oh no, I was.
Well, we don't have time for that.
Then a short rest.
Actually, what's the time? Because if it is still early and we sleep for 8 hours, we can wake up at the night and head off at night.
Yes, let's travel through the night to Argynvost.
Well, from the night.
As you say this, Elian, give me a insight. And Jekyll, you can give me an insight.
I'm way too busy gibbering in my own fear at the idea of traversing the wilderness of Barovia at night.
Oh, it's a 1 though, so Red might be able to make you re-roll.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, can I
No.
borrow it? Thank you. Insight roll. How's 19?
It's both
I
of you on a
think-
16. You think he wants you to travel at night. Mordekainen wants you to travel at night. He wants you to take a long rest and then travel at night and go straight to Argynvost. You think that's part of his plan?
Is it like they think that he's holding something back from us? Like
You just, as you say, but then we'd be travelling at night. He kind of went, yes.
Mhm.
As if he knew you'd be travelling at night
Yeah,
if you rested for 8 hours now.
yeah, because it's still like afternoon.
What exactly are you thinking, Mordekainen?
It is 2 days, or 3 rather, until the wedding. You have recently got this skull which Strahd is not yet aware. You are going as quick as you can to try and get it back to Argynvost. You are doing what all good Barovians know you should never do. One should never travel at night, but you are. You are risking all to get playing straight into his hands. Risking it. A race against time when normally you wouldn't. Sending a message to your ally to meet you as quick as possible at Argynvost, because you have something which will turn this against Strahd.
It makes it more urgent.
How we resist. Night at Argynvost. Wounded. Running. Sprinting into the dark. He will not be able to resist playing with you. Sleep.
He's right.
Hmm.
It's a risk, but it's one that will potentially draw him out.
Yeah. This may be our best opportunity.
We cannot warn him. We can't risk it. Yes, there is a chance he gets there before we do, and as does Strahd. And then he is on his own. But we will travel swiftly. We will make it in time. Strahd will arrive. We will be ready. We will be fully prepared. I've got this staff Elian gave me.
What about your spell book? What about your staff? Are you fully prepared?
My staff I do not know, but I will take my bow. If you do not tell him.
We have to say something to get him to go there.
Think hard on the message.
We've got a few
Enough
hours.
information to give away who he is, why we need him. Important it is he's there. Leave it to Strahd to work out. Now is not the time for force, as I tried last time, Ed. We know our enemy. We know his arrogance. Now, rest. I will need to go and get my spell book back.
Okay. We will take a brief rest and we will decide within the moments, like whether like I'm thinking like out of character because not everyone's here. Is it okay if we take like a rest here and then
That's
decide
the
whether it's
plan.
going to be a short
Yeah.
rest or a long rest?
Yeah.
And whether
Yeah.
we go with the one plan or the
Yeah.
other once we're all together and can decide.
And can one of us stick their heads out of the portal and find Sir Istval,
Yeah.
Yeah.
who is still racing around the lake, trying to win this race?
They're not here yet. It must be me who won.
Yeah.
Sorry. Near who? I missed the message. They just came into chat with, I heard brisket instead of brisket. I can't do my deep, powerful mage voice and say ours without bras.
Right. Then let us give us a little bit of time to
Yeah.
discuss
So,
and decide, and we will either then have a short rest and then
yeah,
or
you would
long rest.
find
Yeah.
so
I'll worry about that
Istval,
next time.
bring him back as well.
Mhm.
Casimir would come and speak to you, Bronwyn.
Sure.
I'm going to be honest.
Okay. Okay.
Didn't feel we had a chance if we went into. It's ready to go.
For your sister.
And more. Not have silvered words of it.
Mm.
This is the best we've got. I wasn't always like this.
You have.
And I don't want to be like
no.
this. You must understand choices in the past. Dumb.
I think I understand. I can't imagine what you've been through. It must be awful. Thank you for helping us, I guess. Well, whatever your reasons, still, I thank you. And, yeah, yeah, thank you. That's she's very awkward with her words all of a sudden. I should
He just kind of stands and stares.
I should check on the others as well. Just, check on everyone.
Yes, of course.
Yes. Good to see you again. She'll awkwardly sidle off. This is going well, I think, for everyone concerned.
Right. So I will make the decision for before next session. I guess we can just chat about it.
Yeah.
We'll have to bring the others up because it's a big choice.
Yeah, exactly. Because we need to have everyone involved.
Indeed.
And then either next session we can either have a short rest and go on with one of the other plans, or have the long rest and follow the main plan that the guy suggested.
Some fun messaging.
Yeah.
Well, that's where we'll leave it.
But don't worry, Adam, we will not tell you ahead of time which choice it is we're going to make.
No, we'll tell him which choice we're going to make, and then
we'll change our minds.
minds.
Immediately we go time in.
Just like always.
Oh my god. So, I'm reasonably sure that Mordekainen is a complete arsehole, right?
Yeah.
Well, having role played through the last 3 hours, I'm absolutely sure he's a complete arsehole.
But then,
I'm so
is
sorry.
Octavio.
He liked Red.
Yeah.
He was a fan of Red, at
He
least.
was my background NPC.
Yeah.
Russell Toole.
Right.
Brilliant. Thank you for watching. It was a bit of a oddish one. Sorry, I had the party in 2 separate places and then trying to get people back together.
Do you want positives and negatives?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. Chat, press F if you want to give positive and negative.
Yeah, so if you're watching now, we give a choice of people in chat. If you type F in chat, like this. Oh, I'll give one.
No.
You didn't use your positive, so it's invalidated.
You didn't have any reasons to.
New rule, Adam. You're only allowed to have a positive if you upload at least 3 episodes in a week.
So, yeah, we're thinking about moving to Tuesday, everyone, because since Johnny and Kitty are now back at their site, and when it used to be at my house and everyone came round, they worked not too far from me, but now they live a long way away, over in Wales, and I live in London. So we might be if anyone's on Facebook, like the Facebook, and we'll post on there. Or
We have a Discord as well.
We've got a Discord where I think
and
we put
Twitter,
stuff up.
and they all update.
Yeah,
with
we
the same
will,
stuff,
we will keep
so-
you all up to date. I thought the day change was something we were looking at for the new
Oh yeah,
campaign.
it may well be a
Yeah,
new
I
campaign.
think the next
Right.
few will still be Thursdays.
We'll see,
I
because
suspect.
I think if Johnny and Kitty have got a game on next week, they may well struggle to do any
That's true.
Thursdays. So we will review it.
We have a Discord. Yes, we do have a Discord. Someone
We
got a link to
do.
the Discord.
Join
Yeah,
us on
just-
Discord, because I'm horrendous at updating this.
You have
But
the
yes,
Discord?
so we've got a YouTube as well, which has got all the back episodes. If you want to sit through hours upon hours of film.
Yeah, not every episode yet. And there are a couple of nice
Um,
puppet shows instead of episodes as well.
Or just Twitch is just you LARP. So Ninu, if you put an F in chat, I'll pick some new people and we can do some positives and negatives.
How do you link to a Discord channel?
I'm getting the link.
Are you,
I'm
are
getting
you
the
on
link
it? Cool,
now.
'cause I can't work out how to do it.
A session 0 closing. It went pretty well. It was a bit roleplay-ish and then a bit splitting-uppy. And I was hoping one of you would come up with the plan to use Van Richter's bait, but it took my super intelligent mage to help out.
I always enjoy a bit of a moral dilemma on a Thursday
Oh,
night.
nice.
Yeah.
So here's a fun game which I've just thought of. So if people want to come up with characters who could be at the wedding, but either the bride or the groom's side, I'm more than happy, because that'd be fun. Okay. Right, I'll give it another 30 seconds for F's in chat, and then I'll pick some, and then you can choose a character to give a positive or negative for next turn. We've had some really good ones in the past.
You had that one on a trap or a door or something like
That
that.
was so good, and it
Yeah,
nearly
that
killed him.
was-
It nearly killed him on the mountain.
It ruined the relationship with my horse, I'll tell you that.
So we've got
Right.
Watcher, Leopoo, and Jeff Troot.
Okay, I'm going to give it 3 then. Leopoo, Jeff, and Watcher. Pick a character to have a plus or negative, or, which has also been fun, pick some area or encounter to be positive or negative. And yes,
We had a
Casimir,
foot. Get a positive.
Casimir already has a positive on him, which is rolling over.
Ooh.
I feel like
And-
anything from last week should be rolled over because there weren't really any opportunities tonight.
And there
Yeah.
was
rolling new stuff.
a negative on Bronwyn to
Catching the bouquet.
not catch the bouquet. It was. It
Yeah.
was a double negative. So it's like a negative to not catch it. So that's like if you try and dodge it, I can use a reroll
To make you catch.
to make you catch it, which is
Who
brilliant.
doesn't love this very awkward courtship between two elves who don't know how to talk about feelings?
It makes me so
Oh,
happy.
you people.
I do enjoy a bit of very awkward romance.
I love a good romance plot.
Ooh.
Oh,
Red's got a positive.
nice.
Splat.
Jeff, that's mean and evil,
Oh.
and I love it.
So we've got a
That was
plus
pretty
for
good.
Red,
Like-
and Jeff, that is funny. Negative on walking down the aisle. So if anything happens while the bride's walking down the aisle, she's got a negative on it.
So,
So,
Catherine,
and-
you know Bronwyn's snare spell.
Oh my god,
Oh,
no,
yes.
don't even.
My upside down wolf spell.
Yep.
Oh.
Here comes the bride. Sparring.
I
You're
will
there for
always
8 hours now.
I will always
no.
pick Leopoo for those fat negatives on players.
Oh.
Mia Poo is given a negative to
To Saint
cool.
Jakul.
Not Saint Jakul. He is the holiest.
I mean, I
Negative
feel
saint.
he deserves it after burning spell slots on random children and then refusing to
Refusing.
help.
Oh, come on,
the
it was
river.
a river. You could have walked.
Oh,
across
you
a
have
river.
so many spell slots.
Not anymore.
You
Robin was going to
you
be.
burned 2 4th level spell slots
And a
on being
5.
an outboard motor rather than walking round the edge of the lake.
Well, I thought we
Robin was
needed to be
going to
fast.
thank you
I
for the
thought we
death
had
ward.
like a very limited amount of time to get everything done. But
He was
suddenly it
all
turns out we don't.
ready to be really grateful and thankful to you for the death ward, and then you pulled that with the river, and just like, well, fuck it. you don't get a thanks
Fine.
now. Leave me to
Right.
drown.
So red's
Right.
a positive. A pride walking down the aisle is a negative, and Jakul is a negative.
And he deserves
Many
it.
negs for the Jakul.
Right.
Yeah, river. Was just.
So we
the
got
river.
good ones. I enjoyed the
Just a river.
ice. I enjoyed the freezing of it as well. That was fun.
Yeah.
Cool. This weekend, do we want to do some campaign stuff? How busy
Yeah.
are you, Matt?
Yeah.
My Saturday is entirely clear.
Yeah.
so
yeah. I can do
Saturday?
stuff too if you want.
We're gonna have the kids pretty much all weekend. So
So,
Right.
So, if people are around, we've been doing some just world building for the new campaign. So if you're about, feel free to come and join us. We're building nations, and we've got some crazy ideas for the new campaign. It's pure homebrew craziness, and if it works, I don't know for timage. I'm off all day. I'm doing a massive software update Friday, so if I don't get it finished Friday, I'll have to remote in and do a bit Saturday morning, and it's got to be done this weekend. So I'm sure I'll get it done Friday night.
maybe sort it out.
Yeah, we'll
and then
post something.
post
Sorry.
it on
Yeah,
our
sorry, we're well
media.
late. We're well late. I've gone over
Yeah.
by miles. Sorry.
Yeah.
Right, cheers for watching. We'll post something on Discord or social media. Sorry, guys.
All right.
Yeah, lovely. Cheers, everyone. Cheers for
Thanks
watching.
for watching, everybody.
Bye. Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Bye.